Good morning, Rajesh sir. Good morning, Divya. Good morning, Mukesh. Rajesh sir, can we start?
Go ahead, Sarwan, please.
Good morning to all. So welcome you all for today's session. So on behalf of ICT Academy, it's an immense pleasure for welcoming you all for today's. Good morning, Rajesh sir. Good morning, Divya. Good morning. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Go ahead, Sarwan. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all. So, on behalf of ICT Academy, let me welcome you all for this industry expert session to part of our Skillathon 2022. So, today we have with us Mr. Mukesh and Divyashree, who will be sharing their thoughts on the RPA. They are the MVP of RPA. So let me welcome both of you for this wonderful session. Thank you for accepting our invitation to be a part of this session. Welcome you, Mukesh, and welcome Divyashree. So I would also like to extend my welcome to Mr. Rajesh, who's been a support in launching the Skillathon 2022 and hosting the session 2 of industry expert session. So I would also like to welcome all the delegates, all the panelists, and the students and the coordinators who have joined from various member colleges across different states for today's session. As there is a streaming also available, so if any of your students are not able to join in this, I request you to kindly share the streaming link for them to listen. So with this, let me hand over the session to Mr. Rajesh to take it forward.
Thank you, Sarwan. All right, so good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for taking time today. My name is Rajesh Nambiar. I am part of UiPath Academic Alliance team, where our primary role is to work with universities to help evangelize UiPath and technology areas that we work with. Let me take our first thing that I wanted to mention here is thank you to all the teachers who've supported us. It's been 2 weeks since we've launched the Skillathon. I think the response has been tremendous. This would have not been possible had the single point of contacts not taken lead to take this to their students. As we complete 2 weeks of learning, a new skill, which is citizen developer skills, we have close to about 14,000 students who have joined with us in this journey. They've completed the learning on UiPath Academy, and there are students who've also completed the learning. They've done the bot assignments and are also looking at building some inspirational ideas that they can showcase to that. We'll look at seeing more from you in the coming weeks rather, because the opportunity of this technology is tremendous. And I think when it comes into your hand, the imagination is what you can do with that is unimaginable, right? It is up to you to see where you can take this technology to. While we understand, it is self-learning, it has we've enabled other activities. I think one of the biggest pieces that we wanted to bridge was also to provide you opportunities to connect with industry. And that was the whole background of creating these master classes. Last week, we ran the first master class where we had industry folks from our UiPath community who shared some of their use cases to you. Sorry about the audio, because the stream is also going parallelly on YouTube, so that's the reason you're seeing that echo coming. Apologize for that. So the first masterclass, we've had close to about 1,000 students who actually came in, and our MVPs shared some use cases that they were using on a day-to-day basis in their lives, in their professional lives. And I think there was good response from all the students for that. Today, we have the second masterclass, and today we're fortunate to have two very influential community members from our ecosystem to join us as part of it. As Saravanan introduced, we have Divyashree from TCS, who's here. She's also a RPA tech lead with them, and Mukesh Kala, who's a senior RPA developer with Natwest Group. So both of them are here to share some of their use cases on how they're using Citizen. While their full-time role is a RPA developer in their organizations, they would also want to share some of the personal use cases that they've been using with Studio X. So I hope the session that you will have in the next 1 hour is helpful for all of you to think beyond what we've been teaching as part of the curriculum, right? The whole idea of this is to expose you to new opportunities and allow your minds to start building things that can probably solve local problems for us. In case anytime during this session your friends are unable to join because we have a limitation for 1,000 on this platform, please request them to join the YouTube stream, which is available. And if they've missed to attend the session because of any coursework, the YouTube live session will be available for them to look back and refer back to that. With that, I think I will leave this stage to both our speakers. So maybe we'll start with Divyashree. Please come in and then share your background. And I think Divyashree, post that, you could pass it to Mukesh, and then between you could start off with the session. Thank you so much and wishing the best. We will try to answer all your questions post the activity and post the session, and we'll hopefully be able to answer as many questions as possible. With that, Divyashree, over to you. All the best.
Thank you, Rajesh sir. Okay, good morning, everyone. So today we will be going to present two different use cases on the UiPath Studio X. Just to give you an introduction about myself, I'm Divyashree. I'm working in an RPA technology from more than 6 years for now, especially in UiPath. So I have been a community moderator in UiPath Forum, and I was a community leader in the UiPath Forum. And also I do hold the MVP 2022 batch when it comes to the UiPath global level. Today I'm here to take you guys through the email automation, because as an industries we have keep on dealing with the emails on daily basis, right? So today I'm going to present a simple use case with respect to emails, how we can just go ahead, deal with the emails, and I'll just give you a quick background why we are doing this specific use case. So the use case was basically there will be a different number of emails on daily basis to our customers or to the business people. So since business people do not have like end-to-end coding knowledge, or they're not very good in very strong knowledge, what we have approached them to use the Studio X, because since we all know the Studio X is very low code no code platform, where it helped them to just go ahead, configure very few small things so that they can just segregate their daily emails to the valid emails, to the invalid emails, or if any emails needs to be processed manually, or if we do not want any of the emails, it is just going to delete that from that specific folder, right? So this was a very simple process where most of the people were struggling, and they were spending a lot of time with respect to just segregating and then validating and then deleting, clean up all those things. So we have helped them to automate this whole process by using a Studio X. So now they're all happy, they can just go ahead, automate everything by themselves, and if there is a valid emails, they're just going to move that to one specific folder, and actual robots will pick those emails and they're going to process it as configured, right? Let me share my screen.
I'm sharing my screen, Divyashree. Are you able to see the email automation thing? Yeah.
Yes, I just explained this whole whole in a, I mean the process in whole. So I'll just take them through the code now, Mukesh.
Okay, I'll stop the sharing now. And
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you. Let me know once you guys are able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can see that.
Okay, awesome. So here we do have, so I have taken 4 different emails as an input, right? So one, I do have the bot notification, and another 2 I have the invoices, and third one I have some email, but which has the attachment, right? So what my business wanted is, if there is any bot notification, they just do not want to even read or to segregate anything. They just simply they want to notify
Rajesh, are you able to hear Divyashree?
No, I think her the signal got frozen. So
Okay.
would you want to take over, Mukesh, and maybe leave the visual session for the later half of your?
Yeah. So definitely. So I'll just start my sharing, Rajesh, and when Divyashree joins, we can just let her know that she can continue, right? So we can go like this as well. Hi everyone. I hope
Rajesh, are you able
you.
to hear Divyashree?
No,
Okay.
go ahead.
Rajesh, are you able to see my screen?
We are able to see your screen. I'll spotlight you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sharing the video because of this connectivity thing. I think. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you are able to see my screen, Rajesh, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
guys, Divyashree can continue after me. Okay, so I'll continue my session. Uh, my name is Mukesh Kala. I have a total of 8+ years of experience. I am also a two-time MVP speaker at UiPath community. I have my YouTube channel called Tutorials by Mukesh Kala, and more details about me you can find it on my website. Okay, now. Uh, in the previous sessions, right, you guys would have seen a lot of integration. You have seen the Excel, you have seen the folders, you have seen bit of a email, sorry, the downloading the stuff from the browser, right? Divyashree, my colleague, is again going to walk you through that how you can work with emails, right? Now question arises, if I have an industry use case which I have to create, how can I club all of these together, right? So what I have done today is, I'll just minimize my presentation for a while. I have created a simple robot which I'm going to create with you guys as well, right? Let's take an example. Okay. For example, you are working for a client or a customer where they have to create a lot of identity cards. So this is a format of a plain identity card, right? I have put my logo here. It can be your company logo, your college logo, and this is overall how a template looks like, right? You have a logo, then you have some placeholders. Now let's say you have a requirement where you want to generate identity cards for all the students, all the employees. Can I use Studio X there? The answer to that question is yes. And within next 10-12 minutes, I'll quickly going to show you how you can do that, right? So for that, first, what I have done is I have created this blank template where I have just put some images and I put some placeholders. This I have opened in the doc, which is a Microsoft Word. Okay. Now, if I go to my Studio X, okay, I was just trying this before the session. I'll quickly delete all of this. Okay. Now, first thing first, I have to get this thing. So I want the name, I need the ID, and I need the photographs, right? Let's say you have all these details available with the users. Now in Studio X, you can always get the input from the users using some activity such as input dialog. Okay. And I am telling the user that what exactly is required. Okay. I'll just double click in and I say, provide the name. Okay, that whomsoever you want to give me, provide the name, right? So you can write any text here, provide the name. You can give, please provide your name, anything you can write. It's an editable text. I'll hit save. Now this Studio X is asking me, I'll take the input, where do you want to store this input? Okay, I'll go here and I'll say create a variable, right? A variable is used to store the value which you get. So I'll go and create a variable, and here I will call this variable that this is a name for the ID card, and I hit OK. That's it, as simple as that. What is the next thing you require? The next thing is required is the ID. Okay, so I'll again take an input dialog here. And this time I'll ask the user here to, so user you can think as an admin or any guy, right? So I'm saying that provide me the ID. The label also you can change, but I'll just save this as well here. Okay. Now, again, the same thing. Once they provide the ID, where do you want to store them? So I'll again go create a variable and I will call this as ID, ID card ID. Okay. You can name it any variable. Okay. So I have got the name. I have got the identity card. The next thing is to create the identity card. I require a photo. So I go here, I take an input dialog, and this time I am asking the user to provide the photo. Okay, photograph, right? So copy this, I'll go save. Now in my folder, this is the webinar folder, I have got some images, right? So let's say I want to create identity cards for all of these people. We'll take this gentleman, let's say. So I'll just go take this complete path of the photograph because the robot does not know, right, where exactly is your photographs. So in the, yeah, in the value, I'll again create here, create a variable again, right? And this time I'll say that this is my photo for ID card. Okay. So three variables I have created. Once I am storing the name ID card, the second is the ID card, and the third is the photo ID. Once I have all of this, my job is simple. I want to replace this thing in the Microsoft Word. Now, if you go to your UiPath Studio in the activities, you notice that UiPath Studio has got a native integration with all of these technologies: PowerPoint, Word, file folder, Excel, data, a lot of these things, right? If as a human user, if you have to do it, what you would do, you will come here and you will write here Mukesh, you will provide your ID and you will replace this. So basically you are replacing the text. So if you see your activity, you would see there is an activity called replace text in the document, replace picture. So you just have to drag and drop. It is as simple as that, right? So I say replace text in the document here, but this guy is asking me, where is the document? You never told me where is the document. And that's a true, right? How does it know where is the document? My document is available in my webinar folder, id card form.docs, right? So one thing here, same like you would have seen in the Excel, you are using an Excel application scope. Here also, you have to first tell where is the file. So I'll delete this again, use the Word file, drag and drop it here. And where is your Word file? So I click on this folder button and I'll simply navigate to my d:webinar and this one. That's it. Do I want to save the changes? No, because we want to run it for the loop, right? Then what is the next thing? I want to replace the text in the document. How do I replace? Search for which thing you want to replace. I want to replace this guy underscore name. So I'll go here and I'll simply write search for underscore name and replace this with the value which you get from the name. So my name was stored in this variable name ID card. That's it. Do I want to replace all? This again depends on your implementation, but for now, I'll leave this to the default setting. So what would happen? Whatever name the user will provide, that will get replaced. The second thing here, again, I'll go replace text in the document. And this time I'm going to replace the ID. So I'll go here and I simply write underscore ID. Hit the save, and the ID has to be from the variable ID card as a text. That's it. I want to replace the photograph as well. So it's a picture. I cannot use the replace text. So UiPath has given us all the activities. I go here and use replace picture. That's it. Now replace picture is asking me, how would I know where is the picture? And it is instructing us that find the picture with alt text. Okay, let's go to the Word document. This is my picture which I want to replace. If I click on that, you would see that your Microsoft Word has something which is called alt text, this thing. And the alt text for this is photo. The same thing UiPath is asking us to do, that alt text, what is the alt text? So for me, the image alt text is photo. So I'll copy this, take it back to your UiPath Studio, paste it here, hit save, and it is asking me where is your picture, and the picture is again in the variable called photo ID. That's it. So I have replaced this and this. Now the next thing, do I want to create it or what should I do? So whenever we are printing documents, we always prefer to use the PDF, right? The same concept is applicable in UiPath as well, right? Let's say you want to create a PDF. So if you go here, scroll here, you would see save document as PDF. Drag and drop it here. I am instructing UiPath, once you do everything, do not make changes to this document because this is the template. Rather, save it as a PDF file. Now this guy is asking me, where should I store the PDF? Okay, so I'll go to my folder and I'll create a new folder here. Let's say, let's call this folder as output folder. I'm instructing UiPath that whatever identity cards you generate, store it in this folder. Okay, now file path to save. So what I want to do is I want to create the identity card, which the name which I have given. Okay, so the name is available in this variable, which is your name identity card, right? Now you would see here, if you double click here, you can always use the variable like this. You simply have to pass the path. I want to store the file in D webinar output. Inside the output, I want to have this name. So what would happen? D webinar output Mukesh, and I want to put a dot PDF. Hit save. That is how easy it is to work with these activities. Okay, so I have not written a lot of code. It's just a simple existing thing. I want to save it with the name identity card, and that's it, right? Let's quickly save this. I'll keep this open so you guys can actually see that in action. Okay, and let me see if I have not removed the alt text from here, right? Yeah, it's here. Okay, I'll minimize this and let's go to the top and say run. Okay, I'll just wait for my automation to fire up, and meanwhile, yeah, provide the name. Okay, so let's say my name is Mukesh. I'll hit OK. Okay, next it is asking me provide your ID, right? So my ID is, let's say 12345, anything you can provide, right? Next it is asking me provide your photo, right? So let's say I have stored my photo in this. I'm not this much good looking, but I'll use this photo. I'll copy as path and provide the photo path here. We don't require this double quote, right? And I hit OK. Provided the input, the robot had started. Now you notice that the robot actually created this identity card very quick because that's the speed of the robot, right? But if you remember, we have told the robot to save it as a PDF. So let me go to the folder in the webinar output, and you can see mukesh.pdf. Okay, let me quickly open this here, and as you can see, let me just pull up it on this screen. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so it has created the identity card for me with the photo, with the ID, and with this thing, right? I would take a pause here and just let me know in the comments, was it helpful? Yes, no, how do you feel? If you have any comments, you can answer it late. You can ask me on the later on, right? So that was the quick implementation I wanted to show. Coming back to my presentation, okay, what else you can do with this, what I have shown? I have taken the input from the user. You can have an Excel which is in your email, right? You can download the Excel from the email. You can actually email this identity card to the respective people using the email activities which Divyashree will show. You can generate the gate passes, you can generate the offer letter, you can generate the receipts, you can generate the invoices, and there is a lot of things which you can do, right? So the concept is simple. You have a Word document, it's a template. You instruct the robot to go and create the files, right? One extended use case can be, you have a data since you guys have already seen the Excel automation, this is a kind of data which you have in an Excel, right? I have 11, it can be 1100. You instruct the robot to read each and every value from here, paste it in the template, convert it to PDF and email it to the respective email ID. So let's say for Brittany's, the email ID is something like here, and I can instruct to email it also, right? So the possibilities are endless with this tool, right? So I'll leave here with all of this thinking, and you guys are free to explore. There is a lot you can do. So I hope you got the idea. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Divyashree now. Hi, Divyashree, you're back.
Yes, Mukesh, I'm back. I'm sorry about
Okay,
that.
no worries. I'm stopping sharing. And guys, now Divyashree will move you through that email part. Okay, I'll stop the sharing now. Over to you, Divyashree.
Thank you. Let me know once you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, I'm not sure when my network got dropped off last time. So, but hopefully I have explained the use case at least. Was that right?
Yeah, you have to explain. Yeah, use case we understood. You have to explain this, the coding part. Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay, thank you for the confirmation, Mukesh. So here I have taken 4 different emails. One is from the bot notification, two are the valid invoices, and the third one we have some email with the attachment, but we don't know what it is. Okay, let's see how we can actually automate this one. So let's start from the new process. I'll just create the new one as a blank task, and then we can mention it as email automation. So just to make sure you guys have the required packages, just after you create the process, the XAML, just check your manage packages once. So it is getting ready. So I do have the manage packages, and if you have anything, you can just go ahead and update those things. So since I'm using only the mail activities, I'll just going to upload this one, update this one for now. Okay, so here we can see under the activities, all the activities has been there, will pop up. So here we are able to see all the emails over here. So I'll start with the Outlook activities. So here, if you just go here, under the email, you will able to find all the list of activities. And then here, I'm just going to use the desktop Outlook app now. So I have just dragged and dropped the use desktop Outlook app. So here we do have the default email account, or if we have the multiple accounts. So here, if you just look at this one, I have added 2 accounts to my mailbox. So how can I just select the specific mailbox to be automated? So here I can just click on this drop down and select which specific Outlook I want to go ahead and process it. So now I have selected, this is what exactly the mailbox I want to go ahead and process it. So now after I took this Outlook, I want to read the emails. So I'll take for each emails, and then Outlook reference. Here you can just go ahead and change this reference also. If you don't want to call it as Outlook, you can just call it as however you want to. Okay, so here current email, and from the from which email you want to go ahead and access this one. So here you can just select this one. So I want specific folder to be automated. I don't want whole my inbox to be automated. Even for that, you don't have to worry about how to navigate and everything. So here I have a correct email, and then here I'm just going to select the Outlook, and then inbox, and then the training. So this is the mailbox where I have kept all the required emails. So here I'll just expand my inbox, and then the training has all the emails which needs to be processed. Okay, so now I want only the unread emails and the attachments, and I want to check whether it is an attachment or not, and if there are any subfolders inside of this one. So let's consider I just want to go ahead and automate the whole inbox, and then where I want to iterate each and every subfolder, then you can just go ahead and select this include subfolders as well. But since the training do not have any of the include subfolders, I'm not adding that for now. Okay, and we are iterating through each and every email. So now I'll just put one log message just to make sure which email which we are processing. So message level, log message level will be an info. And here I want to choose the current email and the subject. I just want to print the subject of the current email so that it is just going to print all the subjects. So just let's quickly run this and check if it is running fine. So the bot is done with the validation. It completed the run. And if you just look at the output, we do have 3 inputs. Because since I have given only the unread emails, this one has marked it as read. So I'll just mark it as unread now. So we are good. Now we are able to get all the emails from the training box. And then we are able to just go ahead and print all the subjects of the emails. Now I'm going to validate what exactly I want to do, right? So now I'll check the if condition. If it is a bot notification, I don't want to do anything at all. Instead, I can just directly, I just want to go ahead and delete that specific mail. So in those cases, I'll just go here, check when I'll just go with the advanced editor. The current mail is the mail which we are referring at this point of time. Dot from dot address. So this current mail dot from dot address is going to give us the email address from which we have received a email. Dot contains of svc.boot. So just to make sure, I'm just going to pick the same name for now. So you can just copy this one, spc.boot, everything in a smaller letter. So just to make sure you are going to have this properly, what you can also do is, if you're not sure about the capitalism or if it is whether it is uppercase, whether it is a lowercase, the another way to deal with this is you can always go ahead dot to address dot to string dot to lower, so that you are going to just convert everything into the lowercase before you check, and then you give the text just everything in the lowercase. So here in this case you can just go ahead and avoid if there is any case sensitive in the email, right? So if any email from the bolt is nothing but that's a service account. If there is anything from the service account, I don't want to read it at all. So I have given the condition over here. And if that is the case, I just want to delete the email. So I have given delete email. You can just drag and drop. And I want to do the current email to be deleted. And once this delete email has been completed, I don't want my bot to the next steps, because the next steps are going to check if it is contains the attachments. If it is yes, then we are going to save those things. Since we are already deleting this email, I don't want next steps to be executed, especially for the current iteration. So in those case, we can just go ahead and skip the next steps by using a activity called continue. So here what it does is, bot will just come here, reads all the emails, and it will just check if the email is from the svc board. It is just going to delete that email, and then it will go for the next email. That is what it does. Okay. And then so now I'll just go and check the attachments if we do have any of the attachments. So I'll just go here, save email attachments. I just drag and drop. And here, if I just want to go ahead and check any of the inline attachments in the sense, if you guys have observed, there will be a couple of the emails where we do have the images as a body of the email. So if you have any such kind of inline attachments into the body and you don't want to consider them, you can just exclude this one. Or if you want to include that, you can just uncheck this one, so that it is going to consider that also as an attachment, right? And here I just want the PDF files. I don't want anything else. So I just going to provide dot PDF star. So this is going to filter only the PDF attachments. Okay. the star has been used as a wildcard because it is going to just replace 0 or 1 or more characters. So even if it is there anything after PDF, definitely PDF will is not a very good example to use after star. So you can just use star.pdf, that also works. And if it is like, if you don't know if it is a XLSX, XLSM, or just the XLS, so if those kind of the same type of the file, but it has there might be a chances where you do have different types of the extensions, then you can just go with the asterisk at the end as well. So now I want to choose where I want to go ahead and save these files. So here I'm just going to save this folder to. So here if I just give ask when run, I can just go ahead and provide that specific um, path. So here I just want to save this in the documents. For now, I'll just give this documents. So I'll just go ahead to folders, shift right click, and then copy as path. Okay. And then I'll come back here and then I'll just paste it. And I'm just going to remove this double quotes and I'll click on save. So if there are already any of the attachments with the same name, do you want to override the existing one? If yes, you can just select this override the existing one. If you do not select this override the existing one, and if the file is already exist in that specific folder, bot is going to throw an error. Okay. So now I'm just going to create one of the variable called attachment list. Okay, anyway, we do have this attachments from the save attachment. Okay, and I'll just save this. So now I'm just going to check the attachment number. So here I'm just going to check if off. So we have this as a attachments from the email. So here you can just select and then advanced attachments from the attachment dot count is greater than 0. If yes, so since we have already filtering based on the PDF, if the email contains the PDF attachments, then only we will get the count is greater than 0 here in the attachments. Just to make sure. Okay. I'm just making sure I have not dropped once again. Okay. So yeah. So here we do have, okay, I'm all good. I do have more attachments from this one. What I want to do is I want to mark this email as read because the bot was able to go ahead and get that specific this one. So I'm marking this as a read and I want to move this email to the processed one. So I can take the move email, go here, and then the current mail where I want to move is Outlook inbox under the processed one. Okay, yes. So now if there are any attachments, so out of these 4 mail, we have like 2 emails with the actual PDFs. So these 2 is going to mark it as read and then these 2 will be moved to the processed. Here if you just look at this one, we do not have any emails in the processed. Once we run the bot, we will be able to see whether it was able to move it properly or not. Okay. And then if there are any emails with the different kinds of attachments, so now or if there is no attachments at all, so in those case what I want to do is I want to mark that mail also as a read because I don't want my bot to be go ahead and process that email once again. So just to avoid this, because since we are using this mark as read twice, instead of that, what you can just do is take this activity out of this one. So if the count, if we have the valid attachment, then we are going to move that email. Yes, we are going to reply to the same user who had sent the email. Okay, so this is the current email. You don't have to mention any of the recipients if you are just going and sending it to the same person who had sent it, right? And we do have the text. You can just go ahead and add your own text. So here I'm just going to add another text. um, Email contains invalid attachments or no attachment. No attachments. Support team will reach out to you for manual process. Okay, so we can just add our own text on top of the same thing. And if you want to change the subject, like we have received it as something like Sudoku as a subject for this one. If I want to go ahead and mention invalid attachment or it like no attachment found, we can just mention that also. We can always overwrite by giving the new subject. And if we want to send that email, we just have to uncheck this save as draft. Else it is just going to save this email as in the draft, so that business can always go back, review it, and then send it back once again. Okay, so here we are replying to the original requester, and also we are going to forward the same email to the production support, right? So we can just go ahead, select this forward, and the current email, I'm just going to add the recipient as a text. You can always create the variables, or you can just read that from the config and then you can put it here as well. Divyashree dot Muddagangaiah at okay. And again, we can just add any of the text or the new subject. Here I'll just try to overwrite this subject as manual process needed. Okay, and then I'm just going to add another text mentioning email request do not have valid attachment or no attachments found. No attachments found. Please connect with requester. Okay, and I'm just going to save this. So once this is done, so I'm just going to move this to bot notification, because we are already done with processing this email. I don't want to keep my mailbox overloaded every time. So I'm just going to move this to the bot notification. So I'll just again select go here and select the bot notification. Okay, so let's run. We have the emails for all the one. So one email we have from the SVC board. That's the first one. So basically this has to be deleted. We do not have to process anything. And second two, we do have the proper attachments. It has to download these attachments to the documents. So here under the documents, we do not have the PDF for today at least. And then the last one, we do have the attachment, but it is an invalid attachment. So it has to send the response back to the requester saying it is an invalid attachment. Support team will take care. And also it has to send out an email to the support team to connect back to the requester to process this. Okay, so let's run this bot. Validated. Bot run has been started. It processed all of them so fast, right? So even if we have done this manually, it would have taken more time. So let's see what we do have. Under the processed, we do have two emails. And if we just open these two, this has the PDF. And this also has the PDF attachments only. And if we just go here to the documents, refresh, I do have both the attachments, PDF attachments has been saved. Okay. Now we will go to the deleted items, and here we can see that it was able to just delete this bot notification, test email notification, which has been deleted. And I just go to the bot notifications, and here both these emails has been moved to just now, like this has been moved just now. So these two has been moved to the bot notification folder. So this is how we can just go ahead and process that. And also, if I just come back here, I have an email. Email contains invalid attachments or no attachments. This is the original requester. Support team will reach out to you for the manual process. So the bot has been sent out an email to the original requester as well. So this is how your whole process is going to run end to end, and makes a business life much easier to validate and to do the classification of emails. And if there is any attachments needs to be processed or needs to be taken care, they can just always go ahead and save that, so that another process or the manual team, if needs to be taken care, that will be going forward, the next steps will be taken care. So that's how we will be able to do the email automations, where we have seen how to read the email, how to delete the email, how to save the attachments, how to send a reply, how to forward that email to somebody else, how to mark it as read or unread. We can process all of these things. So any questions on this? Mukesh, I'm audible, right?
Yeah, very much. Thank you.
Okay.
Divyashree. I think there are a few questions that are here. Mukesh, you would probably want to answer them. Some of them are, so request to all the students is, use the Q&A panel on Zoom to ask your questions, and then one of us can actually answer them. Yeah, good to actually see you, Mukesh. So. I think the audio, missing your audio altogether.
Okay, by the time Mukesh comes back,
Okay.
we do have like what app to used in this program. So we have used Studio X to do the automation for this whole process, for both the use case which Mukesh has presented and the process which I have also explained. We have used Studio X to build those bots. And what are you teaching in this class? I think you guys already got to know about this one. We have gone through the email automation, and also we have gone through this Word file and the PDF automation so far.
I see a comment. I think there's a concern that a student has expressed in terms of installing Studio, UiPath Studio on government laptops. That is there. So just for everybody's background, I think there's a pre-required hardware definition that is there. I'll pass on that hardware definition, the pre-requirements for that, so that you can check whether, and that could be the reason why you are unable to install that on government laptops. So.
That's right. And also we need the frameworks, I mean the .NET frameworks, just to make sure you don't have to explicitly install any of those things. When you just go ahead and into the cloud.uipath.com, the package, whatever we do have, we will be able to just go ahead and do it automatically. But you just have to make sure about the RAM size and the other hardware requirements is meeting as expected.
So I'm just sending that reply. There's a link that we have on Google on UiPath Docs, which you can refer for that. So some of the questions you can
okay
ignore.
For Arun's question is,
correct.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is the email automation works effectively? Definitely yes, 100%, because we are doing this on a daily basis. Our bots are up and running in the service in the servers, and they are keep monitoring our mailbox. And UiPath has an amazing features like integration services and other stuffs, which you can just go ahead and explore by in yourself, or you can just connect any of us to go ahead with those things. So you really do not even have to run the bot to go ahead and check if there is any email. If you just go ahead and enable the integration services, as soon as there is an email to the mailbox, bot are smart enough to just go ahead, read those emails, put those kickstart the bot run of any of those process which just needs to be processed, right? It can just go ahead, read the email subject or the senders. You can just go ahead and modify those properties also. UiPath do have all those capabilities and the smartness to pick those emails and start the process for them. So email automation is the best in the industry, which we are running more than thousands of bots on daily basis. What are the other uses of this studio? It is not this studio or this. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'll just go one by one. What can I do with the certifications? You can do a lot. I think now all the companies or the organization, even who is looking for to hire any of the freshers, they are asking for the basic certifications at least. Definitely the academy is the best place where you can just go ahead, groom yourself with respect to most of this knowledge. Take your certifications. You don't have to be like have the paid certifications always. So you can just go ahead, acquire all these certifications. That is going to definitely add with value to your profile whenever you are going for any of the interviews or any such kind of things, for sure. What are the other uses of this studio? Like when it comes to the studio and studio X, we do have two different types of licenses. Studio, if you ask me, you can automate anything. This is what I think at least I'm able to say it from last 2 to 3 years. Whether it is an automation, whether it is an image, whether it is a Citrix, whether it is like some APIs, Excel, PDF, emails, we see that on our daily basis, right? But you give me anything, I will be able to automate. This is the attitude, at least all of we got it from the UiPath. So UiPath Studio can do a lot better. Studio X is for the citizen developer, where they do not have a lot of coding backgrounds, but still they want to do the automate for this kind of small automations like the email automations, and then the web automations also we have seen, Excel automations, PDFs, all this can be automated by using a Studio X. Okay. Any project ideas that can be done with the UI Studio? Yes, there are a lot. As a students, what you can guys also try is, with respect, the best example is to go ahead and automate your attendance. You can automate your mark sheets, where they'll be keep on sending the mark sheets to your mail, or to the this one, right, to the mobile phones, SMS notifications and everything. And also the birthday messages, like all of your friends, we do, you guys have the birthdays, so you want to wish all of them. So all these simple use cases you can start with, create your projects, and then use that in your colleges on daily basis, right? If I can get a certification in this course, yes, you can. All these are available in the academy.uipath.com. Go ahead and you can just get the certification in all these things. Okay. And I think project ideas is done, the project ideas is done. And of course you do have this RPA challenges on we do have so many websites for the RPA challenges and everything. You can even explore those things, though there is a place where you are going to definitely learn a lot, so you can just go ahead and have them. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah.
we have a use case repository also in the UiPath forum, where you have dedicated use cases explained with the problem statement, the industry, and their solution as well, right? So if you simply go to forum.uipath.com, you have something which is called use case repository. that you have a lot of use cases.
Thank you, Mukesh. I think, thank you, Divyashree. Uh, I think we've answered almost all the questions that are there. So I just want to summarize what we are trying to do, right? So the whole idea of citizen developer acquiring citizen developer skill is to primarily give you a background on where we what we are trying. It is a skill that will be a default skill that we are looked upon from the industry. So I've given you examples of how data scientist, systems engineer, traditional software engineers, the roles that are coming up, and organizations are asking for UiPath skills, automation skills as a default skill for that. So there are two avenues that this technology will open up. One is, of course, it will become an enabler for you in your existing job or whatever career path that you would look at, right? And the answer is simple, as Divyashree and Mukesh was mentioning. See, there are ample number of opportunities in our life which can be automated. Now, imagine we take time to automate it. It will basically help us, to give back so much of time. And if we have more time in a day, I'm sure we'll be able to do more productive things as an outcome from that, right? So that is one. So using UiPath as a technology that enables you in your existing role or any other career path. Second is, of course, there are new career avenues that are opening up, careers around citizen RPA developers and others, which is the next step, right? So both Divyashree and Mukesh have actually built a career around UiPath technology. So today, Divyashree is with TCS, you have Mukesh with Natwest. Each one of them have built a career around automation, and each of these companies are either servicing their clients or addressing some of their automation problems that are there in their organization. So those are avenues that we are looking at. This is just a starting step for you. The next step would be for you to probably understand what is the next career opportunity that is there and take up those pre-required trainings that is needed, right? And the whole idea is not just theory. We also want you to hands-on, gain hands-on experience, play around with that tool. So that's the reason we've added some assignments as part of the student guide. If you have not seen the student guide, please download it from ICT Skillathon website. It has all the information for you to look for, right? And we will also be issuing a digital badge, which could be something that you can highlight on your resumes going forward. And it is a very credible credential that you can actually take for an interview the next time you're looking at an employment with any organization at that time. Right. And I think that was all, so yeah, in terms of course completion, just to address that last question here. So we have extended the course self-learning part till 31st of January, which means you have another 10 to 11 days to complete the self-learning. We have 15 days for you to build those bots. Again, if you just want to submit the assignment, you can just do that and receive those badges as a credential or a recognition for your work. If you are looking at using this knowledge to apply it somewhere else, we have this best student competition as well. The application, everything is, the form for you to submit that is also available for you to look at, right? It's a good recognition for all of you. And as I said, right, the tool is unexplored. Only when you start playing around, you'll start thinking about what is the next thing that you can play around with. That was from my end. Divyashree, any last comments? Mukesh, on your last comments before we end the call. The recordings will be there on YouTube, so any of your friends who missed out can actually join that. So I'll just leave it for you to leave any last comments from your end for that.
Yeah, so I have just one thing, guys. First of all, thank you for joining. I see a lot of people looking for how I can guide step by step and what are the next steps, right? So you simply have to go to a website which is called academy.uipath.com, and there you have a dedicated step by step plan to master this technology. We all have started from there. You also can go, and trust me, it's a very good tutorial, right? So website is academy.uipath.com. Not only the Studio X, you will get everything which is available in the UiPath world, right? So thank you, Rajesh. That is what I wanted to add.
Divyashree, any last comments from your side?
Adding to that, yeah, I think all of you guys were asking about the careers. I would definitely say this is the best technology I have used at least from last 5 years, and I really don't have to worry about for at least next 10 years for sure, because I'm able to see the pipelines of the processes which we are receiving and the demand in the market. you really do not have to worry about your security of the job. It's all about, definitely you can build an amazing career out of the UiPath for sure. It is not only inside of in India. You can just travel throughout the world with respect to having this course for sure. So that's all from mine,
All right.
Rajesh.
Thank you so much to both of you, Divyashree and Mukesh, for taking time to join us. I also want to take this moment to thank ICT Academy, who has actually taken lead to help us run this initiative. Thank you for all the support. We're just halfway around. We still have a long way to go in terms of helping students complete that learning journey and probably connecting them with employments a little later. Thank you wholeheartedly to the entire ICT team, Sarvanan, Vashmi, Yasser, everybody else who's involved, Satish, everybody else who's been involved from their team to help us set this live stream also on YouTube. And finally, thank you to all the faculty coordinators. I know, it's a long learning journey that is there. You've shown that patience, and I'm sure together we can make a good impact on the life of all the students and teachers that are part of this ecosystem. Thank you so much. Wishing you the good day and a good weekend to all of you, and looking forward to seeing more completions from all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.